What's up, guys? It's me, KWS, and we are back again with another video. And before we get into it, I have to say, I think the intro you just heard, that song might be what we're rolling with for the future. That might be the new permanent one for the most part, in case something changes. I don't know. I don't think so, but I think this will be the intro we'll roll with. I think, you know, Air Gear sort of its survivors still got the lo-fi, changing the pitch on it a little bit. I feel like it fits, and yeah, I think that's what we're going to roll with for the most time. And I can't keep picking new intro songs every single video, so I think that's going to be the one that we roll with for the future. In today's video, I'm doing something that I should have done a very long time ago, and I'll be going over I'll be starting going over the regional finals matches where I played back in West Europe. The regional finals are over. We know every single player that will be competing in Tekken World Tour finals, minus the LCQ winners. So I think it's about time for me to go back and look over my own regional finals, analyze those games. I know you guys like that content. I decided to do it off stream. I want to give you guys like some just for YouTube content. I feel like not enough creators, especially fighting game creators, do that enough. So I'm going to be the one to sort of, you know, buck the trend, I guess. And so without any further ado, you see the game here. We'll be taking a look at the first game that I played. This was the first game of West Europe regional finals, first game of the day. It was me versus Super Akuma, which I think before we begin, I just wanted to do a little background on regional finals in general, the pool, how things shaped out, and yeah, just a bit of that. So first off, my pool was myself, Super Akuma, Daniel Mado, and DBP. And one of the main things talking to people, the sort of consensus that we had was this pool was actually really bad for Super Akuma. It was literally just filled with people who have beaten him in the past, pretty much. Like, yes, I think everyone sort of beats everyone in Europe, but it was filled with people who like have a decent to consistent record against him. I think Super Akuma has a winning record against most people in Europe except Joker, but it was filled with people who have definitely given him trouble in the past. Myself, me and Super Akuma went to war numerous times, too many in fact. Daniel Mado is someone who has done, I actually don't think Daniel has beaten Super Akuma, but he has always made it very close, and DBP is always a wild card in any situation. And then for me, what people were saying to me is that this pool is actually kind of really good for me considering who was in it. DBP is someone I've not lost to in tournament. Daniel might have only ever played once, so that game was going to be a wild card. And Super Akuma is someone I have a very good chance of beating any and every time we play. So that was sort of going into that regional finals in general, my mindset was just whatever happens. If you heard me speak that entire week, I was saying just the entire time, whatever happens. And I just kind of had that mindset the entire weekend, like, you know, because for me personally, like, you know, I'd had a good year. I think I had a decent year. I won where I needed to, managed to get to regional finals online, got to here. And for me personally, you know, if I did not make Tekken World Tour finals, it was kind of whatever, you know, like I kind of had that mindset. But one thing about me is that is the situations where I genuinely start to play better as well, especially because one thing I learned about myself is over this year is I play my best when I have no fear of losing. I think where I will suffer in like an open bracket is, say I play against a certain person and I'm like, oh my god, I can't lose against this guy. I think that's what happens when you become a top player at a certain point. You know, you're just like, this is someone I shouldn't be losing to, and that fear seeps into your head. But this kind of format is perfect for me, and why I think I also did so regional finals last year, being the back-to-back champion, is I don't have that fear of losing to anyone. And like, if I lose to these guys, it's whatever, I can take that, move on, blah blah blah. But I think that fear, that real fear, does creep in when you have those kind of open bracket performances. But anyway, I remember one thing Kira said to me as well. Kira said before the tournament was, he said to me is that you're going to be the decider for the group. Whatever form you are in will decide how your group pans out. And we kind of know how it went. But anyway, first game, we'll just be doing the Super Akuma game today. I want to sort of break these up so I can go in depth in every single game. There's a bit of intro there. I'll probably do a timestamp so you could skip over all of this intro stuff if you want to watch this again. But anyway, let's watch it. So there were no character surprises between obviously us. It was always going to be Huarun versus Akuma, and I think one thing, Super Akuma is actually very unlucky when it comes to random select at the start of a match. Is you'll see so many times he'll get first game infinite. Like, and that happens a lot against him. But then again, his name was Super Akuma before Akuma was in Tekken, so I think he ran out of RNG. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot of things in this set because me and Super Akuma played against each other a lot, and you know, you start to sort of understand. I feel like it's a two-way street of like understanding your opponent better, but they also, you know, understand you better as well. And I feel like whoever can take advantage of that will be the winner in a game like this. Great block, raise drive, and there I'm in that situation against Super Akuma. Oh my god, how did I do that? So that situation there after the raise drive against Akuma, generally if he has meter, I'm not really gonna do anything because I'm always worried about an EXDP. I might make her read and go in, but I'm not normally gonna do that. But there he had just spent his meter, so I felt no problem out going for it there. Went for a mid. I was just keeping it safe. Nice block. So one thing, the thing is so funny when I watch myself play, I can see what I'm thinking, and in this situation, like I was just looking for something for him to give me. And also, this is something the Pakistanis talk about. With I talked to Spag about this, and they talked to me. Well, I talked to Spag, and Spag explained to me what they're basically saying, and that they play at a certain range against Akuma, where like the only thing that can really hit you is like a downfall, which is why you see Arsene, if he plays against Akuma, he blocks so many downfalls. Can sort of place that range. I wasn't playing at that range watching this back, but at the time I felt like I was playing at that range. And Akuma loves the downfall. Super Akuma loves the downfall, especially to close that round, especially when he has no meter. So that was in my head at that moment. So I thought I was doing it, but when I watched it back, I was like, no, I'm actually not. That actually wasn't the right spacing, but we caught a bit of life there. You know, you got luck is a skill. You need to know how to harness it. Again, when Super Akuma has no meter, you're going to see me play a lot more loose and free, and just sort of be a bit more aggressive. But there, the trade gave him the meter, a down back three, because I know he. So in this situation, that's like I said, is so much knowledge between the two. Is like I know he wants to go in for a 1-1 at this situation most likely, and down back three is like my best neutral high crush tool. My only neutral high crush tool is a down back three. Skyrocket can like beat jab sometimes, but depends on the character, depends on the situation, depends on the frame advantage. But down back three is like the only one that I really have. See, you see that I tried to Skyrocket. I don't think I was going for a high crush, but I did get counted, and this should be the round. Again, even that was a misinput. Whenever you see me do forward neutral like that, I'm trying to do forward. A big sweep there as well. Just hard ducking it. I've been hurt in the past by trying shit on his focus, so I was just like, I'm just gonna hard duck it there. Run in throw. Super Akuma hates when I throw. He absolutely hates it. There I caught some life because down two is normally fast enough. Down two should be fast enough to be a consistent punish, and Super Akuma doesn't mess up that punish on a block down 3-4. So I caught some life there. I love a down forward too. Like this was literally just me playing loose, free, just kind of doing what I wanted, really. You know, like I said, I didn't really feel like there was a problem with me, you know, losing. I didn't really care about losing. I think you can see that in my play. He's so good at his 1-1 confirms as well. It really does hurt. See, there's the rage. I've no meter though, so back to that was a miss. So that was actually a misinput. This happens a lot when I play on P2. Is my down forward 4 becomes a forward 4. I do that quite a bit on P2. But I actually won this round off this. I was looking for down forward 4 into the counter hit, and that probably would have killed if I got it. So I probably would have won this game just off that if I got it. It hurts. So I third down before. That was a K-Wish sweep. That is what I like to call a K-Wish sweep. Those are the sweeps I do to make a statement. Because if they hit, like you're like, fuck, why would he sweep? Look at the health situation. But if you block it, you also have to go throughout the rest of the set thinking in your head, this guy was crazy enough to sweep in that situation. So that was a K-Wish sweep. We love a K-Wish sweep. Didn't work out, but we go to a final round first game. Yeah, probably a misinput. Honestly, one thing about this game is I think this was probably, of the entire day, the worst I think Super Akuma played. unfortunate it happened to him in the first game, but a beautiful skyrocket there. Takes the first game. And also because I'm doing this for YouTube, I can ask you guys questions. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below if there's any like thing that I missed or anything that as you're watching you sort of want to like me to go more in depth on. I'll reply to your comment. Let me know, leave a timestamp or something. There's like a new feature when you comment now where like it can like timestamp it for you. So you know, if you get to a point and you're like, damn, you know, what happened here, you want to know more about something, you know, you can leave a comment. I'll reply to that comment. Now Super Akuma, actually one thing about him, he loves to pick hardest state, but against me I noticed recently he had stopped picking hardest state and gone mainly for the suit. I think because the last few times we played and I did beat him, like hardest state stopped being a factor for him like entirely. Also Akuma doesn't get like the he doesn't get the running 3 anymore to break the walls into the reset shit, so it's annoying. I actually despise Akuma's power crush because not only is it a backswing blow, it's also a power crush as well, and like I actually despise it. I made a great call out on it 2 years ago in Italy when I played against Super Akuma. I hit him with a down 4-4, you know, Huang down 4-4 fire crash when I made a read on it. But like since then I've never done it because he doesn't do it the same way anymore. That was a misinput for down 4-2. That was a misinput for down 4-2. Can I steal the round rage drive? I'm not going to do anything. Back 2 whiff, down 3. I remember in this situation feeling exactly though, I don't care because he spent the meter to do that. I remember feeling there like fine. Like I remember thinking, you know, whatever, you spent the meter to do that, bro. You have none for the next round. Again, Super Akuma loves to do the 4-4-2 when he knows he just has a read on you ducking there. And against Huang, it's not that bad because you finish the second hit, it's only minus 13. No, Huang's punishment not great there. Good jab and duck. And here, I think I was genuinely thinking about third game, I think. Remember guys, in this regional finals format, winning a 2-0 is actually important instead of winning 2-1 for the way they've done this format. I think at this point especially, I was just thinking, okay, third game, what can we do? I think it all begins with a single throw, a K-Whis launch. That should have been the round. I don't know if the PS4 was a bit laggy. I know Super Akuma did drop more than he usually did, and I had a few moments like that myself. Again, Super Akuma loves to mash in that situation. I'm always ready for it. I think at this point especially was when I was saying, okay, yeah, we have a final round on our hands. If I win this 2-0, that's a big statement to start the day. That would have been a big statement to start the day, so I was feeling good about it. But again, I think when I'm playing with a game in hand, like I'm like, okay, even if I lose this round, I still have another game to play with. I think I was playing with that in my head. Like even here, you're thinking, okay, this game has to be over now. But there, I mentioned it at the start, when you play against someone so much, there are certain things you do just do instinctively. And here, I know in this situation, Super Akuma, I know what's going to happen is we're going to wake up. Obviously, we're going to wake up. Super Akuma has a bar and a half and I'm almost dead. There's no way in hell he doesn't spend the meter here. So first thing I did was block the low. Did it, but then I'm like, okay, he spent the meter. He has a mix up in my face. There's no way he doesn't go for the down 3 again. I muted it by accident. Launch. Like it's just a case of just like knowing the player in that situation, also knowing the character. You're playing Akuma, of course in my back to the wall you're gonna run and do the lows, right? And here we go, no meter to spend. I had no problem doing that. Back off. New tactics. A down forward 1-3. And I remember I actually popped off quite a bit. If I find the video, I'll put it on screen now. But I popped off because I was sitting there like, you know, like this comeback, like from this situation, like he had meter on my back to the wall. I'm one hit, blocked everything, got my launch. Like I remember I was feeling myself. And also, it was the start. It was the start of the regional finals, the first game of the regional finals. A 2-0 win in that kind of fashion, making the comeback with the new tactics as well. I remember I popped off on that. I was feeling good about it. For me, it was the perfect start to have, and for Super Akuma, it was definitely not his finest moment. We did eventually handshake, I promise. I'm not gonna linger on it. But yeah, I see a few people comment as well about Super Akuma, how he handled his loss of the regional final. I think we have to keep in mind is he had such a great year, and he's had consistent years. He's made the finals every year. He was top 8 at Evo this year. Great Masters performances, you know, third place at Versus fighting. You know, like he had an amazing year, and he had he was the number 1 in points in the world, not just in Europe, in the world. He was number 1 in points. You can argue anyone deserving a spot at the finals is literally him, literally. So the fact that he had to still do a play-in tournament to get to the finals after all of that, and it was happened to be against players. You look at his pool, happened to be against players who do pretty well against him. It's definitely a tall order to ask for. So yeah, a lot of people are shitting on him for being upset. But like, what can you do? Like, it's very emotional, you know. And he was the player who you could argue deserved the spot. It was him, and he didn't get that spot because, you know, that was his worry throughout the entire year. Like, I can have a great season, I can do whatever, but performing badly at one tournament could lead to me not getting a spot at the finals. You can argue, yeah, but the finals itself is one tournament, but it's a culmination. It's unfortunate. It was definitely an unfortunate series of events, but there's still the LCQ to go through, so we'll be hoping for Super Akuma to get out of there. But yeah, that's gonna be all from me on this one. I think I'll be doing the videos in sections. I want to go in depth as much as I can. Also dedicate like a comment section for you guys to just ask any questions you have about this game. I think this is how I'm going to do analysis videos in the future as well. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. Also, we have the new, I never showed you guys, but we have new lights. I actually got new lights and I can control them from my phone now. I remember things were dark for a while, but I got new lights, so that's going to be a thing that I do now. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.